some of our games, and I believe you were asking for the lifesteal earlier today, and a couple of times you're mentioning as a Radiance builder, this could be something we're looking at. So intrigued on how it's going to perform for Utoro as well, and if the Hellbit is something he looks at too versus the TA and Weaver.
Yeah, I mean, I think this lifesteal is slowly but surely going to become more popular. And the right game, of course. It's not going to be a first pick carry, but this isn't a first pick carry patch, right? You remember those patches where Dusa, you just first pick it, Lina, you would first pick it. Like, we don't have a hero like that in the carry position that you can just first pick. So that doesn't really matter. You have more options to be able to pick these type of like niche heroes, and it gives more value to having later pick as well as a carry player.
30 seconds to battle.
Going for the Ultra Flex with the Weaver. We'll see what Arteezy is able to do with that last pick.
Should be able to do quite a lot, yeah, for sure. Like he only has to deal with Shackle. Right? That's like, and I suppose Shackle into some snowball, Walrus Punch. That's it. That's why I think if he gets a link into this game, he's kind of unkillable.
The battle begins.
If this is an unkillable Weaver game, then is this one he can just take over, or are there still some weaknesses with the hero, which is like a big reason why we don't get him? I know you said some carriers aren't just like Weaver heroes, Weaver pickers, but is there also like this hero is going to have some difficulty with actually getting Shopify over the finish line, even if it is like a perfect Weaver game?
No, I think this is a game where he could absolutely go insane and solo carry this game.
All right.
Because the normal issue you have with Weaver is like you're playing for some Void or you're playing for some Morphling that is going to inevitably outscale your damage. He doesn't have that issue versus Lifestealer, and he doesn't have that issue playing into... Oh, nice deny though. He doesn't have the issue into the heroes he's playing against. That's why Weaver is a really good last pick hero. It has to be last pick. Oh,
sounds like he is set up for a success. Not if he dies down bottom. Block Grenade and moving himself away, so he's fine. Meanwhile, mid lane as well, we see a lot of damage between Paj and Lol. Top lane, we also see a lot of damage from Team of Postscript. Had to pop an early salve from the harass, I believe, of the flame break from Theolacor.
Unfortunately, so this bot lane, if you can check out the sentry situation, Mira's sentry does not get scouted here by the sentry of Kidrak. So really bad news for Arteezy here is he will not be able to use his invisibility without being unseen, which is one of the big things of Weaver in the laning stage. You need to make sure he can Sakuchi in and out as much as possible. Kidrak realizes he's gonna have to bring more sentries to the table here to make sure that Arteezy can't be seen. Yeah.
Maybe they can get Mirror? A little bit awkward. I think the Astra was still on cooldown when Arteezy chased him into the trees, so we're just going to juke down to the south. Should be fine without a blood grenade on Kidrak. So lane's in a great position at the moment for collapse. It's what, double wave almost for Arteezy, so should be having a very good time.
Yeah, he's farming. So is Razor. I mean, a lot can happen in this bot lane, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. Mid lane is mid lane as per usual. Probably not a lot will happen here other than just small, you know, mechanical CSing things you can take note on. In the top lane as well, this Kunkka, like Lifestealer is a hero that is very slow to get off the ground. Oh, they're gonna go on bot lane. Action everywhere.
Right clicks. The old briefcase from Kidrak, but
someone's gonna die bottom. That's where first blood's gonna be, almost certainly in my eyes.
All right, we're gonna keep our attention down bot. Very nice shots. That's some action. Just nice shots placement for the Lotus. No kill just yet, but it's something. Meanwhile, Theolacor is gonna start just wards on the courier. Nothing crazy.
I want to say I'm surprised at how well Laurel's doing, but he's playing Wind Ranger, so I'm not really that surprised. But he's doing a really good job, for sure. Because this is a matchup that particularly is one of the harder ones for Wind Ranger.
Yeah, 13 to 10. instead of 13 and 6 from Yopaj. A lot more denies here for Lyle's Wind Ranger. See if it's going to be any different once the levels are starting to be accumulated between the two. Bottom lane again, action continues. Nice shards from Mira, which could give them the opportunity. Kitrak's doing a really good job, though, to stay on top of Collapse with the bugs. We see the damage from the ET. One more right click. Never mind, needs an extra now with the stick. Kind of baited Kitrak into tower range, but Collapse has got 0 regen now.
Dire's courier.
Oh, we got him.
Oh. I mean, there's not much you can do in that situation. He was so low. And as promised, First Blood is in that lane. I just feel like top lane, it's a life stealer plus a Phoenix lane. It's very passive.
Hang on, you said
But
passive.
he might kill him with
I said
those.
kills. Did he kill the dive away? Oh, missed flame break. He's actually going to live because of it.
No, that's calculated.
Ah, what calculated the miss? Okay, the dive timing. Which one's calculated?
Everything's calculated. These are pro
Oh, I
players.
see. I see. How dare I question the miss? He was baiting the dive. He wanted to keep Moposhko alive on his health, so he didn't come back full resources. Maybe TP mid to refill the bottle on low. I see.
Hey, you're starting to understand now.
It took me 6 series and now we're getting it. We can't question the pro players.
Oh, yeah. True story. It's interesting. They're starting to just drag waves on this top lane, and they're doing it in such a manner where it's not necessarily to dodge Yatoro.
Bottom lane. Continues Mira. They'll trade. Bang on Arteezy. Wait a second. Moposhko even TP's in as well, and
No
Arteezy will
way.
get the kill. He won't get the kill. I was going to say he's going to get the kill and die. At least he gets something before his death, but when he doesn't even get the tusk as well. Great TP in from a post gun. Yeah, he didn't die previously, so was able to hold his TP, used it down bottom, gets involved in the kill. Now can rotate to help with the power rune. All adding up.
It definitely is, and like normally it would be like, oh, you're past 5 left, your carry, but like if you see what they're doing on this top lane from Shopify Rebellion, it doesn't matter. Yatoro has free farm under the tower anyway, which gives Makoshka the freedom to roam wherever he wants on the map.
They could clean up though on Shopify. It's going to depend on the fire spirits onto Yopaj, and that will mean that Moposhko is able to get the dive away. Nice dive. Woo, very close. The DD. Right. And the D ward as well.
The traps are online now, which means you have to buy a lot of centuries this game. You're playing versus a Weaver, you're playing versus a TA. Might be one of those games where you might consider getting the early gem as well. But we're still a long way from a gem purchase, only 6.5 minutes into this game here. And Batrider gonna do what Batrider does and farm up a stack here. And Dealacor is doing a really good job of just stacking for Kunkka, dragging waves for Kunkka. They're just pretty much letting Yatoro free farm, but at the same time, they're getting more farm themselves just by playing, dragging the waves, stacking the camps, and Saberlight, as a result of that, has monstrous net worth. And Yatoro's like, hey guys, like I just want to hit you. I'm Lifestealer. I can't push waves like you can. So Yatoro's not even getting the full effect of his hero's laning prowess once he gets around level 4 or 5. But he's still pretty happy here. Just gonna go for those phase boots and the armlet, and it looks like Radiant's build is what he is looking for, and a Manta style. And I think the reason for the Manta is just solely because he's playing versus a Templar Assassin. Halbert's another option, I suppose.
They're going to continue to play around mid. Saberlight looking to try and get first usage out of his ultimate. Should be enough with Yopaj nearby. Perfect timing with the chain control as well from the Conquer. Oh, Flame Break is even better. Okay, well done from both the supports on Shopify, and that is a huge kill to be able to shut down low. Then you're going to continue to be able to stick nearby. You get the power rune, you got a DD on the Templar Assassin, so this tower's maybe not going to go down with the glyph, but it will take a lot of damage nonetheless.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looking quite good. The rotations from Shopify Rebellion have been on point, really.
He TP'd back into the lane, and I mean, Yatoro sorry TP'd in and couldn't TP out, so he just just right clicks him. That's it. That's all he needs to do. Maybe ring around the rosy with phase back up. No way. No way. How does he live? And now he baited your Toro, who might be able to TP as well. You have no lasso on Theolacor, but at least Saberlight lived.
I don't know. Okay. So I think if you torrent to level 1 rage, you should be able to stun him. But either way, doesn't really matter. Nice juking in the trees there. I mean, hit the phase boot coming in clutch there. Being able to get in and out of that tree line, make sure he doesn't get hit there. And Saberlight's net worth is out of control at this current point in time. That kill is pretty much really needed, I think, for Yatoro to catapult his net worth ahead. But not going to happen, and Saberlight, they're going to make a move now. And it looks like the name of the game now is going to just be punish Laurel's Wind Ranger with this Kunkka. And so far, so good in that aspect. And it might get even harder.
They're going to go in for the kill into Yopaj. Shopify wanted to go the long way around for the team fight. The Ekrostorm will still disrupt, and they barely tickle. Yopaj collapse.
That's the last
He went in with the TP. Theolacor responded with his own as well, and meanwhile, Saberlight, he recognized they guaranteed the kill on the Razor. He turned over the lull. And yeah, that is an absolute disaster in the mid lane for Spirit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It just goes, it really comes in my eyes back down to how this top lane was played by Shopify Rebellion. It's been absolutely masterful. They've been able to, like, yeah, Toro's hitting creeps for free, but they're making sure that this laning stage is something that isn't really existent anymore. Saberlight, he's already up to his Blade Mill. He's up to level 8. He's not in a situation where a Lifestealer is just punishing him. Look, in top lane right now, Theocor is cutting the wave top too. They're just like playing keep away from Yatoro, making sure he doesn't have a lane, and instead they're putting all their effort, all their resources into shutting down Laurel's Wind Ranger. And Yopaj, have they gotten too aggressive?
Maybe we saw it happen last time. Yopaj going to look for the TP out. If they got the damage or the stuns.
Oh, good TP.
They have neither. Great read from
Radiant's
Yopaj.
top tower is under attack.
So all they got was an ET for that. That was a 4-hero rotation. Could have been quite nice if they managed to end up getting Yopaj out of that, but nope, not even going to get that one.
It's very cool what they've done. I know you just mentioned before with the Batrider cutting waves, but you know, Conker recognizing he had such a good lane and wanted to try and make his impact mid, because we see the Batrider getting a lot of me time, and this is a hero that we have seen, like with farm and levels, he's going to be that support threat. He's only a couple 100 gold behind Collapse in the offlane, who I suppose has 2 deaths that TP in really hurt him, but he didn't have the worst lane before that previous death.
Yeah, it was okay with the assistance coming in from the Phoenix, but since all this mid-fighting has happened and him TPing in, he can't lane versus Artur anymore on this Weaver. He's just too strong, you're too far behind, and you're always in fear of getting ganked. And I think what you mentioned is, like, nailing it right on the head here. Is Theolacor is pretty much laning top nowadays, just cutting every single wave, getting his Blink Dagger at 12 minutes in, and Saberlight has been the one running around making kills happen. And speaking of making kills happen, there's going to be another one.
And while that was going on, Theolacor dodged the gank up top. He cut the wave, they smoked us too, and as soon as they saw him up on the high ground, the rift completed. So he just escaped before the stun, and now they're going to collapse down bottom onto the Razor. This is the Shopify that we have seen with the previous iteration, where they just obliterate the laning stage. Like, it is not even close a lot of the time, where they would always have multiple thousands of net worth leaves, 6,000 now, 7,000 in fact, with that tower going down. And this is what we are used to seeing with the previous roster, and it looks like in this game for them, up against Spirit, they're doing it once again.
I don't know if I've seen him like this. This is a Saberlight that I am not used to seeing. Like, Saberlight and Theolacor are like destroying this game. Absolutely destroying it. Running around the map, making everything happen. And here they go again. Yet another kill going to happen. Meanwhile, as Saberlight's just farming the enemy Ancients right now. He's like, I guess I'm not needed.
Oh, wait,
there's a Lifestealer in there.
Infested Lifestealer. So it's just a kill into Thelocore, but this is a Batrider with a lot of gold and experience, so you would take anything you get. The only question is, what's it going to cost you though? Because Yopaj,
Okay.
he's a freebie and snipes Mirror.
I mean, I think that's your last hope right now for Team Spirit. It's gonna, and there's no better person to put your hopes in, I suppose, than Yatoro. But Yatoro is the only person with a game right now. The Razor has less net worth than Batrider at this point. So yeah, Collapse isn't, he's not really enjoying this one very much. So he's kind of sit on the sideline. And that's the thing about Razor, Viper, these type of heroes, Huskars that lose their lane. They are kind of a burden because all they can do when they're behind is just hit creeps. And the Saberlight's like, I know that's all you got left in you.
Wait.
And I'm not even gonna let you do that.
Are they going to mass
deep.
TP in? Okay. They're fine. Maybe they think twice about this attempt on Shopify. Maybe they don't. Maybe they actually want to go for Collapse. Bit of a bait, seeing if there's some TP cancels. They give them a false sense of security and still look to kill off the Razor. He doesn't even get the full stack as well.
Radiant are
I really
scanning.
feel like Saberlight is going beast mode in this
Radiant's
game.
middle
Like,
tower is under attack.
it's been pretty wild. Like the speed in which he's playing at as a Kunkka is something that many players are not only not comfortable doing, they just don't even attempt it. He's all over the map, ganking everything. Typically you see this hero just farming till Scepter.
And I really like the pit stop for the Blade Mail this game though. With the uncontrollable damage, I mean, you really limit the potential of the Wind Ranger to maybe affect the Conquer this game. You know, Razor, a lot of uncontrollable damage. The armor is great as well versus the physical for, you know, tag team minus armor. It's just a really cool small change in item build that, you know, we have seen a lot of Conquers rush the Scepter, but this is a big one if they can get him. But again, they're going to TP a couple heroes in and he's okay. Now, meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to get low. This is behind a tier 2 tower. It is a little bit difficult though. They got the wind run off, so it's gonna lack some of the damage out of Yopaj's Templar Assassin. He's still sticking around Yopaj. When he wants to kill into Lao's, not gonna get it. And of course, still with the refractions, able to get the blink away. Spirit are hunting, but they will not be able to catch up to Yopaj.
Yeah, Yatoro feels like now that he has Armlet ready that he just has to step in and help his team now because they're running out of map at the moment. But a hero we haven't seen in a while is actually Arteezy. He's just using everything that's happening in this game as space, going for an Orchid build himself after this Maelstrom. Taking the tier 1 top. Yopaj with the Shard already, the Dragonlance on his way to the Desolator. I mean, 10,000 gold at 16 minutes. Of course, there's going to be a lot of luxury items on the side of Shopify Rebellion. The real question is, how does Team Spirit stop this bleeding?
How are you going to do it against all the vision that Shopify have? I mean, you brought up earlier potential early gem for Spirit. Support's got no gold. I mean, you go for a gem, or you say goodbye to the potential blink on Mirror, or you know, maybe Miposhka needs the hope that he gets the Ag Shard from the Tormentor. So it's definitely something you need to be thinking about, but you also need to somehow find some farm on the supports.
I think you're all in at this point on the next team fight with the Radiance on Lifestealer. That's going to be not your last hope, but your last reliable hope that isn't going to require some amount of throwing from Shopify Rebellion here, because we talked about how good of a game this is for a Weaver. And honestly, for a TA at this point in the game too, it's looking quite good. And we all know how strong Kunkka is with this Aghanim's, which is complete, by the way. Saberlight at 17 minutes has Blade Mill Aghanim's while just completely roaming across the map here. And Thelocore, he's higher net worth than the Wind Ranger now. And there it goes. Alright, you can go to the other shop and get it. It's not that big of a deal.
Clone Storm's going to be used. Meanwhile, almost sniping the post. They're going to be able to get the Phoenix under the tower. They will. And also, hang on a second. Lyle TP'd in, but Arteezy was already set up. And Kitrak and Saberlight, they'll be 2v2ing right now. So Shopify don't even need all 5 members to take one single fight. They're going to try and TP in the lifesteal, but the Radiance completed. But this is a 5v2. Are they even worried on Shopify? Kitrak's going to TP out. Saberlight's lacking, of course, some spells and the health now. Is Toro feeling strong? Wants to terminate Infest. That's a big kill. They need to get so much more out of it. Unfortunately, all they get is a Saberlight kill.
I mean, it's a lot better than everything else that's happened this game, so you take those. And the Radiance is nice. It's definitely going to help him out quite a bit here. Hey, Manta is what he wants next. Yeah, I mean, that's going to help too. All these items are definitely going to be big. I think Collapse getting a BKB is going to be really huge this game, and same with Laurel. These are going to be the two big items because Kunkka is king of the game, and he uses Torrent Storm earlier, right? And that's why that fight went so badly. He used it on the Tusk, and unfortunately for him, not a single one of the torrents from the Torrent Storm even hit the Tusk. So that was just kind of down for that fight. But that left a kind of an opening here. And triple BKB is what Team Spirit really need to be looking here. As unfortunately, it's a long road. A long road for those BKBs. And another reason why you need the BKBs is Arteezy, he picked up an Orchid. Not a very traditional Weaver item, but he's realizing that his team is owning super hard now. The enemy, they're low on gold. It's gonna be a long time, or at least they'll be able to get quite a few kills with this Orchid before the BKBs are online.
Look at the crafty warding as well from Kitrak. This ward bottom in between the T1 T2 towers been up for pretty much the full duration. You got a ward also around the T2 tower mid lane. That's only got a minute 20 left. Along with that, there's just traps littering the map.
Yeah.
They see everything.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty difficult here to play the map right now. And the worst part of everything, right, is the fact that you're working with a very low amount of distance.
Whoa, hang on. You get Toro at bottom. Dude, this is huge. And there's that Orchid coming to play. Toro. Can they get him though? Stabilize. No, nice use of the Infest and indeed fine.
I think that's the one hero that just doesn't die to the Orchid of the Weaver right now. Everyone else will. But of course, like, if you chain that Orchid on top of, like, a Lasso or an X-Boat, of course, that's when things will change quite a bit there. Bloodthorn is a choice from Arteezy. He's going all in on this Orchid. Very strange.
Oh, man. Former Posca. It is support nonetheless. They're going to steal the Wisdom, get the Tormentor. It does look like... Wait, what? Oh, the facepalm moment is laughing as well. I think they stole the Wisdom as well. Yeah.
No, he didn't like know this. He was timing it, but he doesn't. I don't know. He probably hasn't played a lot of Weaver recently, but his second Geminate attack went off, and there's an animation for time lapse, so he ended up just dying instead. Oh boy.
Wait, what just happened as well on the other side? I swear they got the X on Mirror when he was TPing out, and then
I was too busy laughing my ass off.
So, all right, you know,
too good.
Dude, they're the things you need, right? Arteezy dies, Mirror steals the Wisdom Room and TP's out. They get their own Tormentor, which it went to, unfortunately, Mirror. You really... never mind, Poshka actually already has his. He bought his, so... it's little things, but you kind of need that when you're 9k gold behind.
I mean, yeah, they were 10k gold behind, so that definitely helps. And 10% increase in net worth, so that's good. And Collapse,
big one.
Well, he might give that 10% back.
And yeah, then they know he's dead. No one's coming. Because they're all trying to set up bottom on Arteezy, but I think he saw Mirror as well. Got a glimpse of the Tusk running through the trees, so they won't be able to catch him by surprise.
Top tower is under attack.
Not quite, so... Post that Bloodthorn, though. And this item surely could be a mistake. It very well could be, because you're going all in on this Orchid. And if you hit this triple BKB timing, which should theoretically be somewhere around the Bloodthorn time. Maybe not for Collapse, he's kind of far away.
They're gonna get it, dude. What?
Yep, yeah, they got it. They just didn't see it coming.
Read.
I mean, these are the little things where I will say Team Spirit. is a team that has always historically been very good at playing from behind.
Yes, yep.
So
I think
even though they are behind, yeah, maybe they might be. So even though they are behind, like you can't like count them out because they're not gonna just tilt. They're gonna keep fighting to the end, and they're gonna find ways to get back into the game. And Aegis on Yatoro, that's a good step towards it. And I'm gonna keep harping on the fact this game might change just off the back of Arteezy going Bloodthorn and Gleipnir here. First is a triple BKB timing. So there is going to be no MKB on the menu. He's going to instead rely on the... Well, they're going to use the Bloodthorn here. And I don't think that he can kill him. So even with the Bloodthorn, unable to get the kill there. Because Believer is not really a hero that uses Bloodthorn the same way as a lot of different heroes. If you think of heroes like Naga, Siren, right, or Visage, Enigmas, these heroes up by Bloodthorn, they have multiple units attacking, and that's just kind of how the item works. The more units hitting, and this patch was nerfed. Orchid was buffed, but Bloodthorn was nerfed. So, and that regard as well, it doesn't do as much damage. And Mirror just split pushing, trying to get what they can on the map. He does have Dagger, so it's not the biggest kill in the world. And I think all this is good space, just for Collapse to keep farming. BKB complete. BKB is one component away here for Laurel, which will help. And yeah, they're still going to be really far behind, and I think they're still favored in team fights. But at this point, when the BKBs are completed, that's when Team Spirit can at least have a chance in the team fights, right? It'll definitely be a situation where they can do something.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Let's see how they can get that angle in, though, is going to be the ultimate thing. How are you going to be able to play around your vision? What location do you want to try and take these fights on Team Spirit? Is there like a primary target you are looking to try and currently jump on Spirit as maybe hold that? What's going on bottom? Oh,
so who's in trouble here? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's wanting the kill, but also still not even going to get it. Gets blown up instead from Yopaj, so further away from the BKB.
A weird little dance there. Bat slightly in trouble, but having Firefly can move across the terrain quite easily. And then once that win run did go down, you're just dead. Interesting choice there. And Laurel, he's definitely really far behind in the net worth here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yatoro, it's all on Yatoro. Let's just put it that way. He's got to have the performance of a lifetime here.
Hero. Really aggressive jump in. Oh, Theolacor. Oh, it's a beautiful lasso onto Collapse. And so much weight on Yatoro now to turn the fight. And he just will not be able to do so when the current position is in. They can chase him down. Rage on cooldown for a couple more seconds. The silence will prevent it from coming off. It's great armlet toggles. It'll give him that separation with the meld. One more right click. Again, another use of the armlet will get Yatoro away, but regardless, it's still 2 kills that go the way of Shopify.
Yeah, that was a big one too. Theolacor got the lasso off before the BKB of Razor, so maybe that fight's different potentially if Razor gets BKB off first, because they ended up using the Infest to save Collapse for a little bit, but the overwhelming magical damage was just too much for him. And this game really is 1 versus 9 Yatoro game. Can he do it? He's keeping up with the net worth, but he's literally the only hero on Team Spirit right now that can do just about anything in these fights.
Just bought the Ag shot here for Yatoro. Scepter is going to be the next item of choice. They will look to smoke Dawn Spirit. BKB still not completed for Lal. 110 gold required, but I feel like they are not in a position where they can wait. No one's home though. Shopify not playing over towards Spirit's Triangle. If they continue with this pathing though, they might run into Arteezy, but goes to the left of the map instead. Maybe Yopaj mid though. It's going to be an option here for Spirit. They'll get the start. Now with the stun rate, Refraction's gone instantly. And that's a great pick for Spirit.
Yeah. I mean, you want not Yatoro to get the kill, I think. I don't think Yatoro is going to be able to just 1v9 the game. So, these big streaks going to Collapse, making him more a threat in this game is really important here, as Aegis will go down. So we will probably be looking at the Radiant side yet again for the next. I mean, we definitely will be looking at the Radiant side for the next Aegis spawn.
They're all actually coming down. It's going to be a 4v5. Spirit re-smoked. Either Soul to work with. They're going to try and use the lasso early on to mirror. So now we'll even up the odds with a 4v4. And Spirit, as soon as they see multiple members here, they know even with this deficit, there's no hope of them being able to take a fight. Maybe not actually. On, they're doubling back. TC's the only one showing.
You have to keep in mind, RTZ doesn't have no way to take a shackle off. So, but that is their only way of hitting him. And that's kind of why I think he went for this Nemesis Curse as well. This is an item that it really is I mean, it's supposed to be greedy, right? But it definitely is really greedy at the same time, where if you get caught out and you have like multiple people hitting you with that 8% more damage taken on a hero like Weaver, who didn't really build many defensive items, you will die in one shackle. I'm pretty sure you will.
It's just a question if they can land that shackle though. It's been very difficult, Lyle, so far too. It's been 0 impact. 0, 5 and 1. Really not feeling much of the win ranges so far. Had a difficult early game, but this is still someone who can have some great performances even when he's playing behind. And like we said, Spirit as a whole is a team that somehow are able to claw games back. You know, they're 16,000 deficit. It's not looking pretty. See what they're able to do potentially off the back of this fight. Shopify, they're ready to go with the smoke. They want to try and jump the Weaver. There's the first stun. They need the follow-up. And Lyle's not there in time. And all of a sudden, Yatori, he's going to get caught out as well because Theolacor clips him with the tip of the lasso just on the escape. And Spirit, they might lose more as well. Lyle probably going to have to pop the BKB. And he's going to go for a TP. I don't think it's going to matter though. Pop the win run beforehand, so he's going to cancel it anyway. They should be able to get the kill into the win ranger. So it's going to be a 3-0 in the end, and Shopify will continue with this game 1 dominance.
They can work for it though. But yeah, Toro dying is bad news. He was like your small glimmer of hope in this game. And with that being snuffed out, who can you turn to carry this game? Definitely not the Wind Ranger. It's definitely not the Razor. Not the easiest game from Koshka either. And, well, yeah, Mira, maybe if he had an Aghanims, maybe we're looking for that third Roche on Radiant side. Some type of scenario like that.
Speaking of the Koshka, 2 supports. Or 2 heroes just get the kill. Now Mira mid lane as well.
Speaking of Mira,
what's
Warrior?
What's going on? BM Courage is put it on their head before you kill him.
Artur's on this game. That's all I know.
He's got a Daedalus.
Yeah. This is I like to see it though. This is a very confident Arteezy. Something that I haven't seen in a while. Normally he's playing a bit more passive, conservative. They're going in. You're gonna die.
I mean, that's where the confidence comes in. Maybe not. Alright, maybe Lol does instead. Wind run on cooldown. These are some big numbers from Arteezy and Yopaj.
I mean, he has no defensive items for this game. It kind of goes to show you how free of a Weaver game it is. That you're allowed to go for all this. No, don't do it, Artur. not the Tormentor.
He's laughing as well. It's like, remember Stabilite saying, remember what happened last time?
No.
Make sure it's not
Please go away. Go farm the creeps, not the Tormentors. Tormentors are too strong for you.
Wait, what? What actually just... What? So...
What?
Okay, how did that work? Saberlight, he got the Ag Shard from the Tormentor. I just saw in his backpack that he had an Ag Shard as well, though.
Oh, maybe it doesn't calculate that. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a nice choreo. That's a Hellbit on Razor. Meanwhile, they want to take the fight and dive in, but it's a little bit messy. The shots from Mira doesn't hold them in the egg, and they're going to get low. Before even the BKB, before a hope of even using any spells, Mira snowballs into his death. They might be able to chase down Collapse too. Saberlight sniffs him out in the trees. A hope of a TP without a BKB, but that will be stopped short. As they got more too in the Poshka. They even found the Phoenix down to the south.
Yeah, Arteezy was just too fast there. Like, Miposhka tried to get the Walrus punch off, Snowball, whatever it might be, but Weaver was already skittering away, and it's not easy on Mira's defense, right? Like, he has to walk up and punch a Weaver before he can press W. Probably not gonna happen, and it definitely isn't happening. That's why he's building for this duels, but he just doesn't have the money. And if you kind of look at his net worth on what you can do on Mira compared to Theolacor, this man's net worth difference is absolutely night and day different. You have like Boots of Travel, Boots of Bearing, Yules, Blink, Force Staff on Theolacor, and all Mira has to work with is one single Blink Dagger and a Wraith Band.
Do you feel like the Batrider needs to be addressed heading into next game with the impact we've seen out of Theolacor?
I think so. I think you don't give this one away again.
With a performance like this, it has been stellar from him. And you spoke a lot about Saberlight, singing his praises early game, and that has continued. And this is a last-ditch fight where Theolacor currently isn't there, and Yopaj is also isolated from the team. He's going to have time to be able to pop the BKB. The Torrent Storm will create some Chaos. Yopaj unable to TP away. The Aegis will be in the hands of Artesian. It's just, they're too far ahead. You use everything for the kill onto Yopaj, and now what do you have left to be able to deal with the rest of the Shopify members? They'll deal with the egg. Yatoru's going to try and stand strong. Scepter freshly completed. Should net him the kill onto Saberlight, but it is Yatoru against the world. They can just kite him into oblivion. You know, dance in and out. Maybe Mira's still alive to offer a little bit of control. It's a triple kill in the end. Maybe they get the Aegis. I mean, Yatoru is showcasing that he's not out of the count just yet, but man, it really feels like you said earlier, it's a 1v9. Yatoru doesn't have much help.
I mean, that's what I said before the game. I haven't seen a bad game from Yatoru yet, even though Spirit are not doing super hot. This game is no different. He is doing it what he can and above everything else. He is the one core that has somewhat any. If you look at the network, you just see a bunch of green and then one red dot there. That's Yatoru playing against all of Shopify Rebellion. Not necessarily by himself. I think Mira's doing quite a lot here, and it's not really the fault of Flaro or Collapse. That's why I told you in the draft, right? I wanted to see like an Axe or something, some hard lockdown for Phoenix, because the moment you go this, right? Razor type build, and we're gonna see an instant replay here too, where Yopaj, maybe he was a little too far forward. Maybe this is why this fight didn't go as well as it should have, because your TA is instantly dead. So he's not gonna be able to join the fight there, and things get a little bit like wild outside this, but I really want to showcase what Yatoru did here after he gets silenced, right? And then after this, I feel like he's gonna die to some Bloodthorn, but towards the end of his rage here, he aggressively infests thanks to the Aghanim Scepter, ends up getting +1 kill, removing the Bloodthorn entirely, and then getting also another kill on top of this, and then escaping.
Some individual brilliance from him, but you're in a position where you kind of need to do better, unfortunately, which is that even possible for a life stealer?
He doesn't need to do better. Everyone else needs to start doing better. I don't think there's much more he can do. And even like it's hard. It's just you're down 30k. Like you can press all your buttons the best you want on Laurel right now, and I mean maybe Laurel's not a good example because he could actually get a big shackle. Maybe Laurel needs a blink dagger. Maybe Laurel just needs to get a blink and just initiate at this point.
Or Yatoru knew that spot was not safe, and that Collapse ran there too, and well, he's gonna find out why Yatoru didn't want to be in the area. And unfortunately, it's gonna result in Arteezy having a godlike streak in game 1 on the Weaver.
But at this point in the game, you can press your buttons as well as you want on the Razor. You're just too far behind to really have any impact here.
Is under attack.
Wait, where did Yatoru rage to? All right, aggressively infesting here, but rage is on cooldown for just a little bit. He picked up an Assault Cuirass now, and also a Storm Crafter, which will give him a little more move speed and a little more damage. And it can also slow you just a little bit so you can get closer in range. And they're gonna just do the classic here, the good old X take barracks. And without a Yule's completed, it'll probably work. Yeah, there's nothing you can do against this. There's no Yule's.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
what?
That, okay, they're in.
No, that's not what they want to move around. No, not like this. I mean, Yatori pops out, but the instant lasso is there. This time they're going to try and hold the lifestealer down with the lasso, but it will result in a big kill and one where Yatori doesn't have a buyback. And we've seen what the rest of Spirit have been able to do. It is only the lifestealer, and with him gone, that will be game 1 secured. It did take them probably a lot longer than they were expecting with the lead they had, but regardless, Shopify are going to be able to take this 39 minutes in. Really good performance.
Yeah, that was a